Hi, and welcome to Reveena's Kitchen. I'm Reveena, and this is my grandmother.
Hi.
I call her Bubby because we are Jewish, and in Yiddish, the word Bubby means grandmother. Today we're going to be sharing with you one of my Bubby's famous recipes, which is Mandel Broit.
Which I got from a dear friend, B. I have to say that.
So Mandelbrodt is basically Eastern European biscotti, and biscotti means twice baked. It's a typical Italian, very crunchy cookie, and we're making an equivalent.
Mandel Broit, which is nut bread. That's what they call it because mandel is nut in Yiddish.
And Broit means bread. So we're going to take you over the ingredients so that we can get started making these awesome cookies.
The ingredients for this recipe are flour, bit of salt and baking powder, which are already mixed in here, sugar, butter, almonds, vanilla, lemon zest, and 3 eggs. So the first thing I do is I mix softened butter with a cup of sugar. And if you forget to take the butter out and soften it, you can always microwave it. And then I add the sugar. And then add the eggs.
Because if it's not mixed well, you're not gonna get like it's a really, really buttery cookie, right?
A teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm going to add a freshly grated lemon zest.
We picked the lemon from the tree in the backyard because
a minute ago.
Yeah, because here in Arizona, where my Bubby and Zadie go for the winter because they're snowbirds, there is a lemon tree in the backyard.
When you add the flour, just a little bit at a time and pulse it. Another thing that you do is when you're adding nuts, you don't wait until the last to add it, but you also add a little flour so that you coat the nuts that they're evenly distributed.
But do you add the nuts
at the end?
You add the nuts at the end.
Otherwise,
they get pureed, eh? Yeah.
Right.
So you added the flour in 3 installments.
And pulse it. Yeah. And now I'm going to add almonds. The dough is a little sticky. It's not manageable. What I do is sometimes I'll make this dough in the morning, and when I come back in the afternoon, I'll bake it then. It does have to rest. And by resting, it becomes more manageable. Okay. Ready to chill. So the dough has been resting in the refrigerator, and it's very pliable.
But it's much firmer, and it'll hold its shape.
It's manageable.
Yeah. You say that you don't need parchment paper.
No, if you use a Teflon, it's fine.
Cool. So they're about 1 inch thick.
Okay.
So they baked for like 25 minutes?
Just about, yes.
Cool.
You know.
Yeah.
And then I split them up over here.
Because what happens is that as they bake, they spread out a little bit.
They do. They do indeed. It's still warm, but
it comes out of the oven and you give it a few minutes.
I do give it a few minutes. And then when you cut right down. And if some of it crumbles, that's fine. We will be watching it. I set the timer for about 15 minutes. The end pieces will probably brown sooner. Just keep an eye on us. I took that out because, as I mentioned before, the end pieces brown first. Here they are. I'm going to put them on this tray to cool because you all know you can't put it in plastic while it's hot. And then there's just a few more remaining pieces here, which I will put on the tray for baking. And I checked this, and it isn't quite dark enough, so I'll give it another few minutes. and watch it very carefully.
So to just recap, we formed the cookies into loaves. Then they were baked for 25 minutes. We sliced them. Then they were baked for 14 minutes. Then you took out the end pieces. Flipped them, cooked them I think a few more minutes. Flipped them, and then they cooked for around another 15 minutes. And now they're golden brown, and they're perfect. And we've laid them out in a bunch of different formats. We have them here in a container where they're going to go to be stored. You can stick them in the freezer. They're great.
They keep well.
Yeah, they keep well and they're great frozen. I love these cookies.
Everybody loves them.
So yeah, do this totally to your liking. You can put lemon zest or not, a little bit of orange zest, almonds, pecans, walnuts, chocolate chips.
Anise.
Ugh, I can't. I just can't. It's gross. You can put whatever you want. You can dip them in chocolate or not, but I think they're best plain. These cookies are amazing.
They're great to have on hand. Little hostess gift. Everybody loves them. Basic ingredients. You have it in the house all the time. And as my mother would say, you see when you're not lazy?
Cheers.
Cheers.